Good evening and welcome to the St. Petersburg By Night podcasting network. Tonight we present to you our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Don't Get Caught.
Welcome to another St. Pete by Night revamped production. The following is rated for mature audiences and may contain graphic themes that will be distressing to some viewers. As always, we recommend you ensure the safety and well-being of yourself and those around you at all times. Viewer discretion is advised.
And welcome to the St. Pete by Night Twitch channel where we play St. Petersburg by Night, a massive multiplayer tabletop roleplay game set in the world of darkness. We play Vampire the Masquerade, Hunter the Reckoning, and Werewolf the Apocalypse. My name is Crafty Mirage, also known as Nikki, and you can find me on all social media at Crafty Mirage, and I am one of the storytellers here on St. Pete by Night. Make sure to check out St. Pete by Night on all of our major social media platforms, like Twitter, like TikTok, like Instagram, like YouTube. But you can also check us out on our website, which is stpetebynight.com, where we have our city map, we have our storyteller profiles, we have our staff list, and we have our one-of-a-kind threat meter. If you aren't already a subscriber here on Twitch, you should go ahead and hit that follow button down there below. You can catch up on all of our past episodes. We got a lot of stuff going on here. We got a werewolf stream, we've got 2 vampire streams, we've got After Dark specials, and now we have a hunter stream. We've got everything, guys. Where else do you need to go? And if you're interested in joining our community, just head on over to our Discord server and you can maybe start playing with us. Today we are playing Don't Get Caught, an Anarch Chronicle here on St. Pete by Night. Let's introduce our players, starting with...
Hi, I'm Izumi, and I play Avery, Wright the Bruja.
Hi, I am Judikael, and I'll be playing Gwendael on the Roleplaying ground.
Krazaz, I'm playing Rex Elias, Nosferatu.
I'm Jay, playing Valerie Monet, adventurer who has done nothing wrong.
No. Well, last we left off, our coterie did their first heist. They spent a great deal of time organizing and getting together all the resources that they would need to effectively steal $50 million worth of cocaine that was seized by the DEA before it reached the city of Tampa, where it would be stored away for either a future court case as evidence or potentially just be destroyed altogether. They managed to reroute the truck transporting all of the cocaine into a block up the street into the neutral zone, where they could effectively gather their quarry without breaking any territorial traditions with the Camarilla city down south. They had a couple of hiccups in the form of two of their coterie getting clan compulsions during the heist, resulting in just a little bit of aggression and a little bit of creepiness. But overall, the plan went off without a hitch, and they were able to secure the drugs and send the DEA officers on their way without any recollection that they even stopped the car to begin with. The coterie parted ways, with Valerie being at 5 hunger, going with River somewhere within the neutral zone to get something to eat. The last thing she saw being just a haze of red before her eyes. We cut into an alley. Valerie, you are on the ground, sitting over a body. This individual has their throat torn out with how savage you became in your feeding. There is not only blood all over your mouth and on your clothes, but there is also blood on the ground. You can see the... Actually, go ahead and give me a wits and investigation roll.
I assume at 0 hunger.
Yeah, you are at 0 hunger.
Feels good. Feels good.
Welcome to the club.
It's nice being full.
Three successes.
3 successes. With 3 successes, as you're looking down at the body of the man that you have murdered, you see that he fought. He fought desperately to get away from you, to stop you. You can see his hands are torn, fingernails pretty much pulled up with just blood all over them as he had tried to scrape away desperately. You can see the streaks of fingerprints on the ground that were probably caused by you yanking him back so you can continue your meal. You see that River is standing over you as well. He is a few feet away. In your with 3 successes in your investigation roll, you do see that he is bleeding from his arm and is holding it, and he looks shock white, pale, and is looking past you in horror. And before you can turn around, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And then you begin to feel the cold press of a wet wipe on your face. And you hear a voice you have never wanted to hear again. There. You usually make such a mess when you get angry, don't you, darling? As you hear the voice of your sire, Agnes.
I feel like it's just as quick as I can, trying to like suddenly, like being shocked. I imagine like am I on my knees? I'm like kneeling, right? Or
You're basically straddling this corpse.
I'm gonna try and like quickly get up. I probably trip or like stumble with the body, so I fall on my ass, looking up towards my sire, just trying to get away, make some distance between us two.
You see a young woman in her mid-20s with clearly processed bleach hair that has been toned to a nice white blonde. She has a very bold red lip and just immaculate, pristine, very intimidating corporate makeup going on. She's wearing a business suit with a little high above the knee skirt and just very fashionable pumps. And you see her, she had been crouching, and as soon as you moved away, she just got up and tossed the wet wipe in a nearby dumpster before wiping her hands on her skirt. Now, darling, get up off the floor. It's undignified.
And I'm just going to slowly start getting up, just taking like one or two steps back, just looking between her and River, just kind of lost for words here, just not exactly sure what to do.
She's just gives you a look just not disappointment, just like a little, like the look a mother gives their child when they accidentally spill something on the floor, and is looking down at the corpse. Where did you pick this one up, River? Is this one going to be missed? And River, still shocked, stark white, staring at her, his hand shaking slightly. He will immediately get into a lower position that is more less confident than you would know him to be normally, and is more professional even than he is with you, because even while he is professional around the coterie when you are present, he gets even straighter, lowers his head even more, refusing to make eye contact. It's almost like he's fallen into a role of a slave rather than a servant. And he was just someone I found in coming out of a nearby bar. Madam, I don't know. Yes, you never do know. That is why you are young and foolish and don't think things through. Tina, and you see one of her aides step out from around the corner, just ready to go. Tina, pull the car around and have Jay put this in the trunk, please. And Tina, without saying a word, just bows deeply to the woman, and you see her just ramrod straight passing by you and River. Don't worry, darling, I'll fix it for you. Now, are you okay? Are you full? Was this to your preference?
How did you... Why are you here? You should be in Tampa. You shouldn't be over here. What?
Darling, this is the neutral. The St. Petersburg can think whatever they want. This is the neutral zone, which means I am allowed to step here. It is free domain.
But why? Why are you here? Why? How did you find me? What?
You think I didn't know where you already were? The trip to Miami, the trip over here, working for that Toreador Baron, Sebastian de Leon. You think I didn't have tabs on you to begin with? Your father didn't need to tell me where you were in order to find out where you were. I knew exactly where you were, and I was just letting you spread your wings a little bit, get some stretching out. I know you were having a hard time, so I just let you sow your wild oats, be an anarch for all you care. I know you'll come back home eventually.
No, there's no way that you knew that he had to have told you that I was here, and that's how he know. How would you keep tabs?
Of course he told me where you were, but I've kept tabs on you since the moment you left. I'm old, darling. You think I don't have resources to follow a little fledgling around? You're not as good as cleaning up your messes as you think you are, and you're not as good as hiding your tracks as you think you are. You're smart, you're clever, but I'm smarter and much more clever than you are, darling. All right? How can you improve for next time?
I can not get as hungry.
Oh no, sweetie, this is
on.
fine. It's just, this is cattle. This is nothing. This is nothing. It's just some poor, unfortunate soul who... What are we thinking, Tina? A DUI, an OD, what? Car accident, and you see Tina consider for a moment. I mean, if his blood alcohol levels are high enough, we could probably drive him. He could have been driving home he could have been driving home over one of the bridges, and the car just goes off the side. That seems fine. Yeah. And we'll have someone cover it. I don't know. But regardless, this is fine. I meant how can you improve in covering your tracks for next time, because not everyone is going to be as nice as me and let you sow your wild oats as well as you wish.
But why would you even let me go then? If you knew where I was, if you knew where I was going, why would you let me even come here? Why?
Frankly, I was going to talk to that cheap harlot down the other side of this quaint little neutral zone and ask her if she had seen you. Perhaps she's not shy about sharing information, because you know how Toreador are. They love to talk. And you see her roll her eyes. But no, I caught wind of this little thing that you were doing for fun, I assume. $50 million worth of cocaine. You could have just called me, sweetie. You know that, right?
No, I don't need you. I got it done. I did
Yes.
the job.
Yes, and I'm very proud of you. You're doing so good on your own, but remember, you're still a child and you're going to make a mistake sometime, just like now, because these things happen. No, pick up your head. We don't lower our heads. Our line is a proud one. We are of nobility, and we will hold ourselves to that esteem. Understood, Valerie?
Yes, ma'am.
Now.
But
Tina, get this thrown in the trunk. We'll take care of it for you, sweetie. Don't worry. And you see her pull out her card and hand it to River, who, shaking hand, takes it from her. Make an appointment with me whenever you're ready to talk. I'll leave you alone. You know where I am. I'm right across the bay, 30 minutes away. And and your room is ready for you whenever you're ready to come back home.
I'm just going to just start walking away, like just still facing her, not turning my
Valerie,
back.
polyester.
I will do better. I'm sorry.
Yes, you will. And as you're walking away, you see both of her ghouls, Tina and Jay. I don't know why I named him Jay. This was cruel of me. But you see Tina and Jay pick up the body and start carrying it off to the further back in the alley to to throw it in a trunk, I presume. And she doesn't move. She just stands there and waves her hand to you, not stopping you.
I'll just I'll just keep walking, like still facing her, still nervous. And as soon as I kind of reach to the corner, I will just turn around the corner and just start not running, but like doing a very brisk walk away.
River is right behind you, and keeping pace with you very careful, very quickly. You get to your car, you get to the car, and he opens the door for you, lets you in, gets in the driver's seat, and immediately just starts booking it back towards your territory in the Coterie Haven. We're gonna move to the rest of the Coterie, who have likely gathered already back at the Haven, since they are going to be about 20 minutes ahead of Valerie at this rate. But you are at the Coterie Haven. Jared and Avery, you got there first and started unloading the cocaine from the truck into the garage. And as you're doing so, Rex's guys will arrive in the old school SUV and pull up into the driveway and let Rex and Gwendael out. It's Fudge's car, right, Rex?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, if you don't mind, could you have the van, like, let us out a few blocks back?
Yeah,
I
no,
still don't want-
absolutely. Yeah,
I
so
still don't want Nate to know where we live.
Yeah, no, Fudge will absolutely drop you and Gwendael off probably by that boatyard that's near you guys. Drop you off there. And he'll, Fudge will, like, roll down his window, lean his head out a little bit. We're gonna keep a close eye on things streetwise for a couple days, see how things are doing, police-wise, before calling you, okay?
Yeah, you got it, man. See you later.
Yeah. And he starts driving off with Cheese in the passenger seat next to him. You and Gwendael are together walking towards the coterie haven. Do you have any conversation you wish to have on your way?
Yeah, just.
Oh, why not?
Hey, yeah, sorry about the walk, man. I still don't want Nate to know where we at.
I think it was better. It was a good idea, and I would have done the same anyway, so... If it wasn't you, it would have been me.
Alright, sweet. You feeling good? Everything worked out right on your end?
Well, so far so good. I can't wait to get Nick's back.
Yeah, sorry about the whole mess, man. Hopefully, this is more than enough.
Well, still 65 million of cocaine, so...
Yeah, it definitely should be worth it.
Right.
You make the quick couple of block walk over to the coterie haven, and you see that Avery has had Jared pull the truck as far back to the garage as possible. And her and Jared are currently in the middle of unloading all the cocaine to put it in the garage to replace the fake cocaine pallet that you guys had in the center of the fucking garage earlier. And the scene
Sounds
is
good.
yours.
About time you guys get here.
We just had to do a little bit of walk. Still don't
Yes.
really like the guys knowing where we're at, so.
I try to be discreet as possible. Especially with that kind of toys.
Where's Valerie?
Well,
Thought she was a bit...
considering that wild look in her eyes when she jumped out of the van, she's probably gonna go grab some dinner.
Right.
All right.
Well, I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah. So, okay, so
I
did
mean,
that go?
Yeah.
That went fine, right?
Yes, that was pretty smooth. Considering, you know, that this is the DEA and they were quite suspicious, but in the end, everything went smoothly. I thought for a moment that blood would be spilled, but fortunately, we were like ninjas.
Right. I'm a little concerned just about Glass knowing that this was going down and then his men are not going to remember it.
Well, I do have I prepared a little something, smoking gun, in case he has some ideas.
Okay, I'm just a little concerned that Valerie may use her mind powers a bit too much on too many parties and people are going to start noticing.
Fair point.
Right. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Well, at least from my perspective, it looked like everything was okay. I will say we were being watched.
By
Well, being so close to the Cam border as we were, a certain someone was definitely peering over the bushes.
you got to see Slender Man?
Yeah, I think he goes by Hush, though. We should at least respect the man's real name.
Nah, he's Slendy.
Yeah.
Man.
So
Alright.
I just kind of gave him a thumbs up and turned away because I did not want to mess with any of that. I've seen Marble Hornets. That shit's not happening.
That movie was bad.
Not the movie,
Yeah.
the actual whatever. There's it's like a YouTube series.
Right. It's also a movie.
Alright.
Yeah, and it was bad.
Well, either way, I told you guys that we were going to be way too close to the Camarilla border to do this without them noticing anything. I don't think they can do anything because we were in the neutral zone, technically, but...
Yeah, he was just watching us.
Right. Anyway, I mean, I'm sure the cams have their ends full with something. I mean, they are always in the middle of some shenanigans. So,
So are we.
well, you know, we all have our own shenanigans. They have theirs. We have ours. Overall, everything's gonna be fine. We have the Jedi mind trick, and I'm pretty confident that. I mean, so far everything's went smoothly. You know, nobody died.
Knock on wood.
Yes. I mean, what could go?
Don't even... Shush.
All right. I won't say it.
I'll say that around that time that you say those words, River's car will pull up in the driveway, and River will get out. Give me a wits and awareness, all of you, if you want to.
And our hunger from the last session still here.
Correct. You're still at the same hunger you were last session. Well, almost all of you.
If it wasn't for this terrible realization, I'd be feeling great right now.
What, you think a venture sire doesn't know where her kid is? Foolish.
Wishful thinking, okay.
Wishful thinking, sure. Okay. Gwendael, were you gonna roll?
2 successes.
Okay, don't forget to hit accept, because otherwise I can't see it.
Ah! Oh, it's done.
Okay. Alright, so Rex and Gwendael, you don't notice it as much, because you just see River doing his normal thing of just getting out of the car, walking over to let Valerie out. But Avery, as River is walking across, past the front of the car, you do see, he doesn't have his jacket on anymore. You do see that there's blood on the sleeve of his shirt. And that wasn't there the last time you saw him. And he is visibly paler than he was earlier today.
Hey, River, how's it going, buddy?
River doesn't respond. He just simply walks over quietly to Valerie's door and opens it to allow her out. And when you go out, Valerie steps out, you see. Why don't you describe what you think Valerie looks like right now?
I imagine Valerie is actually kind of stone-faced right now, the kind of just blank stare. Still looks like there's still blood on her face, though a lot of it's been cleaned up, or at least a bit of it. Some on her clothes as well. It seems like she didn't bother cleaning up the rest of her mess, as she just kind of hair is a bit more disheveled, kind of messy as she gets up. Her clothes kind of scrunched up from maybe some sort of conflict, as she just kind of wordlessly just walks over, keeping the blank stare.
Well, someone had a bloody night.
You good, pal?
Yeah, I'm good. It was just a rough feeding.
Uh-huh.
Could I make an insight check of some kind to see if
Valerie.
What's bothering?
Yeah, Valerie, go ahead and give me a charisma and subterfuge roll to see how good you are at masking right now. And the rest,
I would also.
And if the rest of you want to make a wits
critical
and,
success 4.
and if the rest of you want to make a wits and insight roll, go ahead.
All right.
You know, I'm gonna not,
Okay,
just because that is all hunger die for me.
that's fair.
I'll take half.
How much is so? How many dice?
One.
One.
Well, it depends, because if
It's half it's half your dice pool rounded up.
right. So is Valerie trying to lie?
She's trying to mask.
Right. Is that a form of lying?
It's a form of it is in a way that is a form of lying, but it's just in a way to not give away emotion. Actually, it would honestly be a composure and subterfuge.
If I had one less dice, it would not have changed.
Okay.
It would still been 4 successes.
I guess I'm just trying to just figure out if I can throw my specialty in
What
with detecting lies.
Well, she did say that she's fine. It was just a rough feeding, so that's technically it's the truth, but not the whole truth. So there is a form of deceit in there. So I would say you can add your specialty.
All right, and in that case, taking half will give me 2.
Okay. Unfortunately, Valerie, being a Ventru from the Camarilla, has gotten very good at masking, and you can't really. It's hard to break through that stone exterior and that shield that she just always naturally has up around you guys. That she very, very few opportunities to have let down. So you don't. I would say that the rest of you don't know her well enough to kind of read what's going on there beneath the surface. You just see I will say that you can definitely see that she is masking, but you can't sense what emotion it is she is masking. Because there's no way that someone just has some blood on their clothes, says that I'm okay, it was just a rough feeding, and is not like they're just like it's obvious that they're just like masking. They're processing right now.
I feel that.
Did we? I imagine I could see the cocaine or the drugs in the middle of the garage. Just, are we going to find a better hiding spot for this? It's kind of in the open, especially if you get anyone looking around.
Do you have a tarp?
I would say there's a tarp in the garage.
That only does so much, considering, it's still there, just under a tarp.
Uh-huh. But it won't be as visible. Look, I put it in the middle. If you want to move it to a corner or something, you're more than welcome to do that.
Also, Valerie, with the blood around your face, I think that they would pay more attention about that whole stuff. So, you don't mind me saying.
And I imagine she just kind of kind of wipes some of it off, and yeah, I forgot about that. I will go clean up and change my clothes. If you can find a hiding spot, great. If not, the tarp on it.
Yeah, take your time, and if you want to talk, we'll be there. But it seems like you had a rough night, so take some time for you, and we'll take care of everything.
And I'll just walk inside to clean up.
All right. Valerie goes inside with River. Valerie, when River escorts you in and takes you upstairs so you can get out of those clothing and start cleaning up, you do see that he rolls up his shirt, and you get to actually see what the wound is now. It's fang marks. Your fang marks.
I imagine I'll say would it help if I were to give you some of my blood right now? Would it?
You didn't You didn't take anything, Miss Monet. You just bit me when I tried to pull you off.
I know, but it might help alleviate the pain somewhat, or I don't know.
Honestly, it's fine. It's not too deep, and it'll heal pretty quickly. I don't know if even licking it now would close the wounds, but I'll be fine. I'll just wrap it up in a bandage and say a snake bit me.
Yeah, I'll I appreciate you, River. I'm gonna go clean up, and I'm just gonna have some time for myself, if that's okay.
Of course, Miss Monet. And you see him, like, he's having a hard time pulling out of that mode he was in around Agnes. So he kind of just quickly is already just fixing himself up, kind of very much having the same stony exterior as you in this moment, and just cleaning himself up as well to be able to continue to perform his duties for the rest of the evening. We will move back to the coterie in the garage. I would imagine that you have closed the garage at this point, moving all the cocaine inside, and you have the cars parked out front. The scene is yours. What is your next course of action?
Avery's gonna check out to see if the back of the truck got dirty.
The truck, you did those downtime rolls throughout the week. You you Swiffered up a little bit in there as after you and Jared kind of took the stuff out. It looks fine. I mean, it was pretty dirty when you guys got it anyway. It was like one of those like nondescript moving vans. So it wasn't the cleanest to begin with. It should be fine. This is Florida. You've seen weirder stuff in the back of a van.
That's fine.
We've contacted Marcos, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did last time.
Yeah, you texted him that you had it, and he told you to keep it in your garage, but you haven't heard back from him since, and you haven't let him know that you arrived at the house already with the cocaine.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw him a text out. Well, actually, hey, can somebody text Marcos? I'm not too secure about my phone right now.
Sure. Avery will text Marcos and be like, package delivered, holding for instruction or waiting for instruction.
You get a phone call after you
I'll
send
answer.
that. Yeah. So you got the package?
Sure did.
Awesome. Cops follow you?
No.
DEA gonna be a problem?
I do not believe so. We did a pretty good job at making sure that everything was cleaned up.
If I go over there right now with this little fiery cracker we got over here, am I gonna find all the product there? Every single ounce of it?
Yes, everything is here.
All right. Let me speak to the boss. And with any luck, I might be there in 30 minutes with a truck.
Sounds good. I'll move ours out of the way.
All right. I will see you guys shortly. And you hear the click on the other line.
Yeah. Yeah, the neighbor's just like, all right, Jared, I guess you can
Avery,
take off. What?
Thanks. So we give him the cocaine, but is he not supposed to deliver someone in exchange for it?
He mentioned a fiery little or a firecracker. I'm assuming that was probably
Right.
Nick's. None of your guys took anything, right, Rex?
Not. I don't hope to. I mean, I wasn't there to see it, but I don't 100% guarantee that a certain someone, a man Nate, might have grabbed a bag. I don't know, y'all.
All right.
I'm sorry I didn't instruct you to watch them, but that's always a possibility.
You instruct us to watch them. I mean, I was in the back. I don't think I saw him take anything, but you know, he's probably a weaselly little bastard anyway. So
Yeah. So like I said, sorry I couldn't be part of the main movers. But I guess I should have warned you guys that could have been a possibility.
Right. Well,
hopefully he's good. I did promise him something in exchange for his services, so maybe he's not that greedy. But I don't know.
okay. Well, if anything's missing, he's gonna go missing. Just so you know.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's hopefully his own deal. I might as well text him now just to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and open my phone and try to just throw a quick text to Nate and you didn't take anything, did you?
There's a long span of a few minutes where you don't get a response. And then you get a text message that just says, define anything.
Anything that was on the truck.
You get a text message saying, I may have taken a bump while I was in the back. Gwendael, do you want to give me a wits and investigation on the cocaine?
All right, let's do that.
Can I throw an extra dice at him?
I will say that
investigation?
both of you, both Avery and Rex, are able to assist Gwendael in investigating the pallet.
So, with an investigation. All right.
I think you get 2 extra dice as well.
So I have 1 extra dice with deduction, and I have 2 extra dice with. So it's going to be 4. Wow. Attends.
And don't forget, you're at 2 hunger from last session.
Me, I'm.
Yes, you are
Two?
at 2 hunger from last session.
If I was 1. Okay. Yeah.
Nope, you are at 2 hunger.
So it's going to be 2 from blah blah blah, Rex and Avery, and then I have 2 by wits, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 8 dice.
Okay, so a pool of 8 with 2 hunger.
With 2 hunger. Okay.
All right, 4 successes is enough. With 4 successes, you are looking through you're looking at all the these plastic wrapped bricks of cocaine, and you do see, after looking over it, that there is one bag that has a tiny little tear in it. Very superficial. It doesn't look like much of it went missing. It looks like whoever, with your deduction specialty, whoever snipped this open a little bit literally just took a snort and loaded it back.
Rex, can you come here, because you're the specialist with this? According to you, how does it look? And I show him the spot and I mean, you are the fearless leader now, so
We can just tape that back up, right?
Yeah, we should be able to. It doesn't look like it's enough to, if we just throw a little bit of what it's already cut with, maybe a little bit of baby powder or something, it should be fine. because I mean, half of this is already half something else anyway, so it's not like it's 100% pure cocaine.
You still have some cornstarch from when you made the fake cocaine.
Yeah, let's just pack it in a little bit. Maybe stir it up just a little bit so it's not so obvious, and tape it back up.
Yep. Cool.
Let's do that.
Who wants to give me a dexterity and streetwise roll to see if they can make this thing look as much like the other bricks of cocaine as possible?
That would be me.
That would be you. I have
That
That
no
would be you.
If anyone has
It-
dots and subterfuge, they can help. They can
I
help.
can help. I can help with subterfuge and streetwise.
Yeah. Go ahead and take assistance from Gwendael. Avery, are you helping with the streetwise?
I don't have
Oh,
anything
okay.
in streetwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
then
You don't have subterfuge?
I have subterfuge.
No. Subterfuge
Okay.
isn't the role. It is streetwise.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I have streetwise, so I can help you with streetwise. Alright.
So that'll be 8 dots for me because I have my specialty in drugs and streetwise.
Yep. Drugs is definitely included in this. Drugs is 100% included in this. Oh no. What is it?
I will take it. It is a messy critical.
Okay, can I see what the result is though? Oh boy. Six successes with a messy critical. So you finish off making this brick look it looks identical to the other ones. You're confident in that. You are 100% confident in that. But your clan compulsion kicks in. And you feel the need to learn a secret about someone. And I'll let you determine who in your coterie in the building at this moment, who you feel you would want to harass with the itchiness, with itchy Rex. I'll leave it to you to as long as you learn a secret by the end of the, like if you you need to either learn a secret at the end of the scene or you suffer a 2 dice penalty to all of your rolls that don't involve trying to find out a secret from someone.
Okay.
So yeah, you feel that clan compulsion kick in. Your beast is just like, I mean, how well do we know these guys really? Feeling a little. I'm feeling like I need to know exactly. You need to know exactly. You're the leader now. You need to know exactly who you're working with, right? You need to know.
So, Gwendael, buddy, pal, friend. Where did you meet Nix? How'd you meet Nix? I know we're getting her back soon.
You know, it's very interesting you mention it, my dear friend, here. And I will tell you this story. It began a long time ago in a country named France. And so, well, I was having this computer problem. And someone was doing some, how do you say in English? You know, when you have made some mistake and you have to pay your debt to the society by working for someone.
Indentured servitude, I think.
Yeah, something about that. Like the orange guys who work on the road.
Yes. Just like a little prison work, side work, road work.
Work ethic camp.
You mean community service?
I like indentured servitude. It sounds right. I do my indentured
Community
servitude.
service. Yes, something like that. So, I had this computer things that I need to be installed and set up, and so she was doing some community service to the community, and well, I realized that she was somewhat very gifted, and that's how I met Nix. Very interesting story. I hope you are satisfied.
So you took her from the pound? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
I feel like you just learned something, and you feel
Fresh from the pound.
fresh from the pound. You feel the.
All right.
He's happy.
Sounds good.
Beastie Rex is happy. he learned something.
All right, that should get this done with.
So
Agreed.
quick, so quick. Went from being so shady to just being like, all right, let's go.
Hopefully, Marcos will be satisfied with this.
Yes.
I'll have to give him a piece of my mind later, but we should be fine. Everything should be fine.
We
So
did
we'll be
this,
fine.
and we did it awesome. Like,
Nobody's dead. No blood was spilled.
that was so much fun. Yeah, I mean, nobody important died.
Nobody important died. Nobody finished in the back of a trunk.
This is true. Did not end up in the back of a trunk.
Yes, and we didn't have to kill any dogs to, So, I mean, we're good. I'm sure we're good.
You finish getting everything ready and together for Marcos's arrival. Valerie, I'll say you're able to clean up efficiently, and you're able to get some clothes on, like some clean clothes on, and get yourself put together a little bit more. What's going on through your mind as you're unpacking everything right now?
There's a good clash of emotion going on. There's the first like kind of angry like disbelief, the fact of like that she knew all along that she left and was keeping an eye on her this whole time, kind of makes her feel like invalidated to the fact of, hey, I went to go leave and I went to try and make my rebellious path only for it to still be on the path that she set for me. I never went off the road. It was just another road. So there's a lot of anger and frustration, and it does. She's still like, she's not like giving up, but it does hurt a lot to know that what she's done so far has just been not enough. And there's also the feeling like partially that she deserves it. She feels that she deserved what just happened due to the fact of her lack of worship this whole time, that she hadn't done anything. She made the wrong offering, obviously, so this is what happens. Bad things happen to people who don't give proper due. So now she's kind of trying to understand what, like, was this something she needed to have happen? And it's also just still recovering from seeing her sire and being terrified of knowing that moment of submission came over her and just feeling disgusted by it.
All right. Well, about half an hour goes by since you all called Marcos. 30, 45 minutes roughly. It's about midnight now. And after a certain point, you guys hear a car pull up. Several cars actually pull up outside the house. And after a few moments, you hear just a brisk knock on the door.
Go get it, leader.
I'm gonna look through the peephole, make sure it's who I think it is,
It's Marcos.
and I'll go ahead and open it.
You open
Hey,
the...
man.
Yeah, he nods, walks right in. You see behind him, outside of on the street, there's at least 3 other vehicles, all SUVs. They're all black SUVs, just parked outside of the house. And you can see that the windows have been rolled down. One of them has the window rolled down, And Rex, you can see that there are a couple of dudes in the backseat of that car with a woman between them. So you have eyes on Nyx.
I'll just let Marcos in, and I'll try. If she can see me at all, I'll give the car a nod before closing the door.
Marcos is wearing just a regular, like a graphic T-shirt tonight, like one of those ones that have like a word in cursive that you can't fully read because of how many exaggerated swoops and embellishments there are on it. And he's wearing just some acid-washed jeans. He has his hands, the thumbs of his thumbs tucked into his front pockets, and he just looks at all of you. Well, so where's the cocaine?
Garage.
Yeah, it's in the garage.
He walks through the house, knowing exactly how to get into the garage. If you all follow him, you do see he stands over the... You see him standing over the stuff. You see him pull out one of the bricks and take out a switchblade, cut into it, pinky, puts it to the tip of his tongue. Tastes like our quality. All right, and you see him looking across the all of the pallets, aside from the one he just cut into to see, to make sure that all the bricks are accounted for. Slowly walks around it a few times. All right, looks like it's all here. He looks at Avery. Miss Tinder, go get go get some of my guys from the cars out there that'll help you, and he points to Gwendael, Mr. and Frenchie, loaded into the trucks.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Tinder? Yeah, Avery will go out to the truck.
I'm sorry, was that hotel
No,
date?
no, no.
I'm sorry, was that hotel date of yours not a Tinder date, Miss Wright? Seems like he had a good time.
She just goes and gets the guys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's just like, Marcos will look at Valerie and Rex. We gonna have any problems in regards to law enforcement?
We shouldn't. I've wiped their memories pretty good and made sure they never thought that they stopped. So nothing should be, messing with their perceptions. They might eventually find out that what we put was a fake, but that should be far, far in the future. Wouldn't be an issue.
Good. El Jefe likes you people. He likes your people just for that alone.
Yeah, and the agent he contacted to get this all set up, we've got some big dirt on him anyway. So if anything comes to light at all, it's on him.
Any way you can make that dirt a little bit more secure? Maybe make it a little bit worse, just so he for sure won't fuck around with us.
That can be arranged.
Good. I like job security, and frankly, blackmail is excellent job security. So, Avery and Gwendael, there are a few guys that come out of the vehicles. You notice that in one vehicle, no one comes out of the car. They just, the windows are rolled down, but you do see that there are people in the car, with a small female figure sitting in the back between two larger figures, but they are not getting out of the car. And the guys that walk with you, they help you effectively move and load all of the cocaine into the trunks of each of those SUVs. They kind of split it into thirds and take what is needed into those vehicles. Once it is all loaded, you're all standing out front of the in the driveway, and Marcos will finally walk over to the vehicle that Nyx is in, and some other guy steps out and pulls her out of there. You guys see that Nyx does not look good. She's got bags under her eyes from not having slept. She's got a couple of bruises on her face. They look like they're fading, but they are there. There's no swelling on her face, but it did look like she had taken a couple of punches. And you do see that her hands are zip-tied together. And Marcos will kind of like take the back of her neck and kind of pull her forward. I don't like zip tying, ladies. I don't like doing this, but this one. Frenchie, your girl likes to fight. She likes to scrap, and it's gonna get her into trouble one day, and he kind of just shoves her forward towards you.
So I will like grab her and then I will put her in the house.
Okay.
And I will go with her inside the house. And I will let the other deal with Marcos for a moment.
Marcos will look to all of you. Good job. I hope that the point has been made clear. And honestly, I didn't expect you guys to be able to do this, so bravo on you for that. Boys, let's go. And he gets into one of the cars, and they all drive off. And this is where
What
we're
an
gonna
ass.
And this is where we're gonna go ahead and take our break. When we come back, the coterie will settle and kind of process everything that's happened tonight and discuss next steps forward. Until then, go ahead, everyone get a drink, stretch your legs, use the bathroom, and we will be back in about 5 minutes to see where the next part of our story leads us. See you in a few.
St. Petersburg by Night is brought to you through collaborations with our partnered vendors: Wolfpack Dice, Ember Fox Dice, Dragon Ink Dice, Farrah the Bard, Champs Tramps, Pantry Artista, Chromatic Creations. Links to our partnered vendors, as well as our Twitch and YouTube channels, can be found on our website, stpbynight.com. The official theme song for St. Petersburg by Night is Vampire by Faith and Failure. You can find them at faithandfailure.com. You can follow St. Pete by Night on all socials with the hashtag St. Pete by Night. If you wish to support our program, you can do so at ko-fi.com/St. Pete by Night to help keep the stories rolling.
And welcome back. Last we left off, our coterie had effectively gotten back home and were able to contact Marcos to retrieve his drugs for Sebastian and return Nyx to them. We find ourselves now within the coterie haven. Gwendael has gone in ahead with Nyx. Her hands are still zip tied together. And the scene is yours, belongs to you all. But yeah, Nyx is just sitting there with her, like standing there with her hands still zip tied together.
I guess Rex.
Oh, so. Oh, sorry. Good.
No, go ahead, Brad.
I just head inside.
Okay.
That's all. Just to.
I will bring Nyx to our room.
To the common area?
Yeah, not the room we are staying. I mean, well, I don't need a room because I don't sleep, but
So the living
I'm sure
room?
there is her room where she sleeps.
Oh, okay. Bedroom, okay.
A bedroom. Oh, yeah, sorry. Where the bed is, the room where the bed is, and the bedroom.
Okay.
And yeah, and I will unzip.
Yeah, you cut them off of her because like those things pretty much basically need to be cut off. And
Yes.
you see that they clearly had been tied to her for a while because her wrists are raw and cut up from the plastic that was just constantly digging into and cutting into her skin. So you do see
And-
that she's got some dried blood and just raw flesh exposed. That probably needs
Right.
some first aid.
Well, I will start to, clean her up and take care of her.
She's really quiet, not saying much as you help clean up her wrists and everything. But you do see she's kind of got like a very like far away look in her eye of just dealing like the realization that she isn't trapped, like being held hostage anymore. And she's if you can give me a wits and insight roll.
All right. Wits and inside. It's like, okay. Can I use one willpower?
Yeah, you can burn a willpower.
So how many roll can I? How many dice can I reroll?
3. Up to 3 dice.
Ah,
Well, you rerolled.
what did I do?
Yeah, you rerolled them.
Yeah, because I wanted to reroll. Yeah, 4 and 1. Okay.
Okay. So 2 successes. With 2 successes, she's definitely closing herself off a lot, but you can tell that she is struggling to speak up and say something to you right now.
Well, I won't push her up, and I will, continue to clean her up, and I'll go to the kitchen and bring some whiskey.
You all see Gwendael come downstairs to retrieve the whiskey, and if you guys want to speak with him, the scene is yours.
How's she doing?
Well, so far she's not very talkative, to say the least.
Does she need
I don't know.
food or water or?
Well, I have some whiskey over here, but
Water?
Yes, well, maybe water. I haven't drank water for a long time. I will fetch some water.
Yeah.
So I will on one end have a glass of water, and on the other end the bottle of whiskey, a very good whiskey, Macallan. I will bring it to the room, and I will tell Avery, maybe if you can talk to her, because
Okay.
I mean, you're a girl, she's a girl. Maybe there's some stuff I'm missing.
You know what? I give the best pep talks.
Yes. Well, yes. Yes, it is true. I have faith in you, and I'm sure you can do it. I will bring the whiskey first, with the water, and then Rose will be yours.
So yeah, you follow Gwendael upstairs to the room. Rex and Valerie, if you want to listen in, you probably could just chill by the stairs and be able to hear everything pretty okay. Or on the landing, on the in the upstairs hallway. But you do go in. Jared and River are sticking to the kitchen right now, just trying to be discreet and stay out of the way, because right now they can't really help too much, even though yeah, Avery, you follow Gwendael inside. You see Nyx kind of just sitting on the edge of the bed. Her wrists are now bandaged up, but you do see she's got the bruising on her face. One of her eyes, the swelling is going down, but it looked like she had taken a punch. Her nose is a little more, slightly crooked from the last time you saw her. And she just looks up at you.
I will give her I won't give her. I will like put on the table 1 glass of water and 1 glass of the whiskey I bought for her last time.
Yeah, she doesn't even reach for the water. She just takes the whiskey and downs it in a couple of gulps, like the whole thing. And sets the glass down.
Should I put another?
She just nods to you.
And so I will. And then I will like look at Avery and say like,
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you.
Hey, so it's good to have you back. We had to do some really serious stuff.
Yeah, I heard.
You doing okay, Nyx?
As good as anyone who got smacked around a few times is doing.
Do you need anything? Food?
I could use a refill. And she just taps the rim of the whiskey glass.
Yes, you deserve a refill. And so I will like put some more whiskey and fill the glass.
If I'm being honest. And she looks
You
to
can be
Gwendael.
honest.
I don't want to fucking be here anymore. That fucking guy is a monster.
It sure is.
I don't know why you're working for him.
Well, we are working for him. Because
Why? Gwendael, why? We don't need to. We don't fucking need this.
right.
Those two out there, and she's saying that out there very loudly,
Mm-hmm.
those two fucking already were tied in with him to begin with. You, and she just gestures to you, Avery, you probably should fucking get out now too, but you probably won't because you're fucking sucking his wrist.
Honestly,
and she doesn't even let you interrupt. She looks to Gwendael. Why are we fucking here, Gwendael?
It's to be here, but given how things are going, maybe we should take some holidays. So, a faraway land.
We got no stake in this. You were doing this guy a favor. I think we've fucking done plenty for him already. You got him back his cocaine. He had his guys fucking take a few shots at me. We don't fucking need this. We can just go back to Malin. And just fucking forget the Anarchs and fucking forget the Camarilla. We don't fucking need this.
Yeah, you're right. We won't need this anymore, but we need to... I mean... Yes.
Your life and my life are not more important than these fucking strangers in this house. No offense, but that's what you guys are. You're all strangers. We don't know you. What do we get out of this? What are we getting out of this? You're just fucking lackeys for a piece of shit man who fucking hits women, abuses you, and she points to Avery, and gets those two outside to do his fucking legwork. You're no better than me and River and Jared now.
You're not wrong. It's kind of crossed my mind, but he is definitely not what I would think a Baron would be. He definitely fits more of the stories that you hear about the Camarilla. He's a tyrant, saying that he leads a group of free people, but are we? If, he does everything exactly the way you would think the Camarilla would, control people with blackmail and knowledge, and they hold things over their head quite often.
Well, Marco said that blackmail is the best, so yeah,
But she has a point, Gwendael.
Well, she does have a point, and I agree with her.
And if it matters, Nyx, the thought of getting out of here has been pretty strong with me since our last run-in with De Leon. However, I don't think there's a distance I could go that if he wanted to just call me back, I could resist it.
Yeah, so you're fucked. So are the two outside. I know you're out there, by the way. But me and him, and she points to Gwendael, we can get out. If we want to. Because you know what Gangrel are? Independent. Why Mei Len agreed to this? I can only imagine what blackmail De Leon has on her, but it's not worth the independence that we sacrificed for it.
I agree. I mean, we're fighting out there for independence, and it's a burning fire. We cannot help it. And I mean, if he would have asked nicely, I may have done it. But forcing me into this by taking her, it went too far. So I don't know about you guys, because I like you, but the thing is, I think you're going into a very troubled and deep water, and
there's a shark in
I
it,
don't want.
and you're all bloody.
Yep. And I don't want Nyx and I to drown with you.
Do what you gotta.
Well, yeah. Yep. I mean, we will probably do that.
Like, Nyx, at this point, you do see that she's crying a little bit. Just because, like, it's kind of all just coming out. Her having dealt with basically being a hostage to the cartel for over 2 weeks. And then just having to deal with De Leon and his guys, who you're starting to get an idea aren't the best. And she looks to Gwendael, and she just shakes her head. I'm sorry. I know I don't normally speak out like this in this capacity. I know that I'm just supposed to help you and serve you and do things for you because that's what a ghoul does, but I'm a person too. And I don't want...
You're more like my deputy, and I am the sheriff.
And I don't want to... I don't want us to potentially sacrifice ourselves for some piece of shit. I think you're more morally upright than these guys and him by a long shot.
Well, I'll try not to be the monster he is. But I think that if we keep dealing with monster, I'm afraid that what was it again? Like when staring too much into the darkness.
If you stare into the void stares back.
Yeah.
Rex and Valerie, you're out. You've been hearing all this because it's not a quiet conversation. How have you been? How are you guys feeling right now? Starting with Rex.
Well, I'm definitely hearing like that they're probably going to peace out on us, and if they come to that decision, when Gwendael comes down, I expect to just give him a handshake or something and let him go on with his life. I'm not gonna stop him because she's making some good points, and like I have my own thing going on. I know Valerie does too, and like if this is what we have to sit through to get to where we want to be, I'm sure we're going to stay at least for now. But that's up to everybody else, I guess.
Valerie, what about you?
Valerie, mainly focusing on the aspect of Gwendael leaving with Nyx, and Valerie's actually pretty pissed off, not because she's upset that they're leaving and that she thinks them of like some sort of traitor or something. She's pissed because she wishes that she could do that, because she's still on the rails, she's still on the trail that's been put before her, and she wished she could just do something as bold as just leave an area, just decide, I'm just going to leave and just walk away. The fact that they can kind of pisses off Valerie. It just frustrates her that she can't do this. So right now she's just trying to, contain her frustration, her anger, try not let it show, and just, try not take anything personal that they're saying.
Avery, what's going on through your mind?
Avery is sad to see that, Gwendael and Nyx have gotten to this point where they feel like they have to leave. However, she's also very jealous that they could just leave if they wanted to. Where she's gotten herself backed up into a corner and she can't.
Gwendael, what are you thinking about right now?
Well, I'm puzzled because, well, even if we are kindred and we look for our own things, well, we are like a bound. I told Rex my best story about how I met Rex, and I had some very good conversation with Valerie, some fun with Avery. So it's not something that Gwendael is also realizing where he puts his priority, and the thing that she was taken a stage for 2 weeks, and he's not sure that for some reason he doesn't agree with. And also Baron de Leon said that his property, Marcos, was damaged or beaten, something like that. And meanwhile he has greatly damaged Nyx. So there's a reciprocity that is not very.
You feel
How
like
would
the
I say?
respect isn't being met halfway.
No, yeah, the respect isn't mutual. Of course, we are fledgling, but still. And well, Gwendael feels sorry for his coterie mate because when Nyx was taken back, he felt like they were being treated like lackeys, and so I think that Nyx is right, and well, he is going to leave, but it's not an easy decision. It's not something like I'm out, So it was when Nyx talked, he was like, "Yes, you're right. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, we are going to do it, but still, that bonds with these people." So
She looks to you and just. We can go wherever we want. We can go to the neutral zone. We can go back to Malin. We can go to France. We can go even back. We can go to Miami, even, or somewhere else entirely where no one knows us. But I can't do this anymore. I can't after what he did and what I went through.
yes, well, we will live. We'll live to see another day. Not day, another night. Probably. We will do that. But yeah. Yeah, we will prepare for this kind of new life, I guess, that we will need. And maybe we can, I'm sure we can help Malin, breaking any bad stuff he has on her. I mean, I can look with your help and maybe, break free Malin from the grasp of this monster.
Nyx nods and picks up the glass, the once again empty glass of whiskey. I'm gonna go downstairs to the kitchen and get something to eat.
Right.
And she just walks past both you and Avery. Heads downstairs, walks past Rex and Valerie, doesn't say anything to them, and heads to the kitchen with River and Jared, where you can hear that they are starting a murmuring of conversation between the three of them. Gwendael and Avery, you both come out of the room downstairs to where Rex and Valerie are, and the scene is yours.
You okay, Gwendael?
Well, I think puzzled. I am torn right now. Torn? Yes. Because I feel like, well, I like you guys, but sometimes you need to know when to get out.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. I heard everything. If that's what y'all want, you're free to go, I guess.
Well, I guess that's, I mean,
at least in my decision. That's beyond me. Anything else?
well, as long as our dear Baron is out there, I guess that's, we will be out there.
True. I'm sure he'll throw some other kindred that he owes a favor at us, if necessary.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that you will find some other lucky to, unfortunately, do his bidding. And well, I wish you well. I wish you to, stay alive and
You do?
maybe yes, Avery.
I was like, you just need to do what's best for you. We're fine. We're not gonna hold it against you. At least I'm not. It doesn't sound like Rex will.
Well, it's good to hear. Well, I'm starting to worry about you, Avery, because like Nick says, with this kind of bloodbound and everything.
Like,
I mean,
as long as I can avoid that third one.
Maybe you can do some kind of cure. You stay away in the countryside for a few days.
This isn't. Okay, it's kind of like a disease, but it's not something that can just go away in a few days.
Yeah, I know, but
Valerie, you're well versed in occult knowledge. If you can give me an intelligence and occult roll.
Can do. Oh, that's a not great roll. Do I want to? I know. I don't want a willpower. 2 successes.
2 successes. 2 successes is enough for you to know it doesn't work that way. Just a few days isn't enough. Time, a lot of time is what is needed to fully break it, Valerie, and you know that.
yes, and if you do a roll in insight and awareness, you will realize that Gwendael is a bit sassy all the time. So, of course, he knows that a few days in the countryside won't do it, but, he was trying to joke about something very important, but in a light way, so doesn't, get more dramatic than it is yet already.
I've reached out to a couple, to a couple people inquiring if they knew how to deal with bonds. I haven't heard back, which is fine. It'll happen, maybe.
Well, if I can, look for you, make some inquiry for you, maybe I will. As a free favor. Well, it's not a favor if it's free, but you get my meaning.
I would appreciate your help.
Well, and I will provide it, because I think it's a shame that a proud Bruja is the slave of a guy like him.
That's a harsh word. That's a little strong.
Yes, I know. I can be very strong. And he smiles.
If it is entirely inaccurate, or at least soon it won't be inaccurate, if you keep going the way you go with the bond.
The first time was a show of loyalty. The second time was to fulfill a favor. As far as I'm aware, he has nothing over me, so...
Well, Bloodbound, strong, so you should be careful about that. I mean, even as kindred, Bloodbound are very strong, as not kindred, sorry, as kind mortals. Bloodbound are already strong, so I guess that's as kindred is even stronger.
Well, I guess it'll be sad to see you go, Gwendael.
Well, it will be sad to see you. No, it will be sad to leave you all, but man's gotta do what he's gotta do. I mean, a kindred. But you know what I mean.
You're still a man?
Oh, yeah, I'm a man. I'm a kindred man.
A kindred
That's-
man.
Yes. It is I, the kindred man. And yes, I will miss you very much. Oh. So stay undead.
Nyx walks out from the kitchen. She's got the bottle now. She doesn't have the glass anymore. And she starts heading back up to the room to pretty much sleep it off tonight. Over the next course of the week, Gwendael, you secure some assets. You sell off some things to be able to afford yourself and Nyx the ability to get out of the barony and go somewhere else in order to secure some safety for you both.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to find a location outside of Tarpon Springs and outside of Sebastian's kindred reach for you guys to safely hunker down. Nyx manages to find a nice little houseboat that you guys can use for a base of operations and a haven. Valerie, the next week, you spend pretty much licking your wounds for the most part, struggling with the realization that your sire has not only been keeping tabs on you, but actively knows where you are and what you've been up to. You realize that her reach is goes a lot further than you had initially anticipated, and that you miscalculated greatly. Avery, you spend your next week keeping busy. Maybe it's because of what Nyx said. Maybe it's because of just your own personal feelings, but you spend the next week keeping busy, looking for connections among the community in that you can start gathering some support and influence over, and even going as far as to reach out to Naomi of the Camarilla to see if you can potentially figure out a way to get out of this mess that you have found yourself in and that is keeping you trapped here. And Rex, you also spend the next week being busy. For while losing a part of your coterie means that you are a little less strong than you were before, it also presented an opportunity for your coterie to be distracted enough for you to basically chase some clout and start sowing the seeds of you being the spearheading of this operation to get your name out there with the cartel and influence among them. It also gave you time to pour over the contents of the Tampa Bay Times and that name that's now plaguing you. That Habanera, who you can only hope will fade into obscurity, but that little part of you in the back of your head, that mind who demands to know secrets, just becomes obsessed with finding out who the fuck this is and who the fuck they think they are to fuck with the Nosferatu from a technical standpoint. And that is where we're going to end our session tonight.
Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was unfortunately Gwendael's last session with us due to time zone constraints. He's taking a step back from the table. If you want to say some last words, Judikael, to the audience and to the table.
Well, it was a pleasure to play Gwendael. And I had a lot of fun. And if anyone in our dear audience wants to join our community. You're sure to have fun also.
And if anyone ever wants to meet Gwendael in character, he may be leaving the table, but he is still going to be joining the ranks of our open RP section of our server, where anyone, Camarilla, Anarch, Hunter, or Werewolf could interact with the corporate gangrel Gwendael of Tarpon Springs. Well, now wherever the hell he wants, because fuck Sebastian. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on St. Pete by Night. Don't get caught. Make sure to tune in on Saturday, or tomorrow actually, Friday. We have a new episode of What the Hell Was That? Our Hunter the Reckoning stream here on St. Pete by Night. We also have an episode of Don't Get Caught on Saturday. We have Bloody Strings on Sunday. What?
Thursday.
We have Don't Get Caught on Thursday. I meant to say After Dark. Okay. We have Hunter, we have too many shows. It's hard to keep track now, guys, but that's a good thing. We have What the Hell Was That on Fridays. We have After Dark, there we go, on Saturdays. We have Bloody Strings on Sundays, and Rage Across Tampa, our werewolf stream, on Tuesdays. And then you can always come back here on Thursdays for our Anarch game, Don't Get Caught. There. I fixed it. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a St. Petersburg by Night production. Don't Get Caught is produced in agreement with the World of Darkness and Darkback. The storyteller for Don't Get Caught is Nikki. Tonight's characters were voiced by Izumi, Judikael, Krazaz, and Jay. Visit our website at stpetebynight.com for more information about all of our productions and how you can become part of our community. Thank you for listening. Until next time, fangs, stakes, and claws out.